I just wanted to do a quick walk around of my work in progress. It's a Plymouth Neon 2000 or Dodge Neon, whichever one you want. Not much difference at all. I'm working on just making it into a little faster than what it was to begin with. Pretty much stock exterior, nothing really done with that yet. Really, it's just kind of in the beginning stages of everything. I'm not going to put rims on it. I don't want that. I don't want to go for like the gangster look or whatever. Plus, a lot of aftermarket rims just weigh so much that I'd be losing a lot of horsepower just by putting those on. Or not a lot of horsepower, but I'd weigh me down so much more, it'd slow me down. Take a look at the inside. Just did a little bit of kind of accent painting with some of that Duplicolor vinyl and dash spray paint. It actually worked pretty good. I mean, if you are looking at doing any accenting in your car, I'd say the Duplicolor stuff, it didn't disappoint. It worked pretty good. It was really easy to put on. The only thing was that I noticed it dripped pretty easily. So I guess it dripped a lot more easily than most other spray paints that I've used. So I'd say, if you're putting it on, the key to it is to do a lot of really fine but thin layers. Still pretty much stock under the hood, nothing really that major done to it. Got a K&N filter, just took the stock housing off the airbox. So if you take that cover off, you'll immediately notice it sounds better. It's a little bit louder. It's just a tiny bit more responsive even with the stock filter. Got my K&N filter. I got iridium plugs with 8.5mm MagnaCore wires. And then I have a Dynamax exhaust system, so it doesn't sound like a ricer. It's loud, but not insanely loud. I mean, you can't hear me from 10 miles away, and I mean, I can make it sound like stock exhaust if I want to. So all in all, it's not bad. My next stuff I'll be doing, I should be ordering tomorrow. I'm looking at going with either a 60mm throttle body, since stock throttle body is only 50mm, or possibly some HKS 420cc injectors with the throttle body. That way, since it'll be taking so much more air in, gotta have the injectors to push it in, but I don't know if that might be a little too much since it's not boosted yet. And then I guess after I do that, after I do the injectors and the throttle body, next step is going to be I want to do front and rear adjustable sway bars, adjustable struts, and then do the four-wheel disc conversion so that it's just more stopping power, drilled and slotted rotors. And one of the only exterior appearance things I've done is the halo projector headlights from Spec D Tuning. They're actually really good headlights. They're really easy to install. The one thing I did not like about them is it says it's for a Dodge Neon, and I mean the differences are so they're basically like no differences between a Dodge Neon and a Plymouth Neon. One of the differences was that the bolts for the stock headlight housing don't match up exactly with the bolt holes for these new headlights. So you have to do a tiny bit of modification there, mainly just making them bigger, making the holes for the bolt to go down through bigger. Other than that, they're pretty good headlights. They're really easy to install. They worked awesome. The LEDs and halos took a little bit of time to figure out how to get their wiring done because the directions that it came with weren't really directions at all. It was more of just a picture of the headlights, and it said connect the black wire to the negative and the white one to the positive. Well, I did that and nothing happened. So what I'd say is if you get these headlights connected, instead of connecting it to the stock headlight or the headlight wires, connect it to your parking light wires. So you'd probably need a Haynes repair manual for that or any other repair book, and just look for which colored wires are your parking light wires and connect them to those. That way when you turn on your parking lights, the halos and LEDs come on, and I'll show you what that looks like real fast. So I mean, it's kind of hard to see right now because it's daylight, but I mean they look really awesome at night. I mean they look amazing at night. They look so cool. So I would definitely say that these are good. They're easy to install. The not the housing, the harness plugs directly into the stock harness, so there's nothing that you have to do on that end. You don't have to cut any wires, you don't have to splice anything. It just fits directly into the stock one. One thing I did notice that I thought was kind of weird about it though, whenever I was doing these, kind of random off topic from the headlights, but whenever I was doing the plugs and wires, I noticed that my number 3 cylinder hadn't been firing. I pulled out the stock plug or the stock wire, and it had gasoline all the way up to like an inch on the plug wire. And whenever I pulled it out, or whenever I pulled out the plug, it was covered in gasoline and like an oil combination. So I guess my number 3 cylinder hadn't been firing at all. I don't know if it was a faulty plug or what. But the strangest part was it didn't throw a check engine light for that. And I'm kind of surprised that my number 3 cylinder wasn't firing. I never noticed it, and I never got a check engine light as a result. So, I don't know, take away whatever you want from it, but all in all it's been a pretty fun car so far. Hopefully I'll be getting another video in whenever I get my other parts in, do that install, let you know again. And then one last look at these headlights. These headlights are awesome. If you're thinking about doing them, do them. The only downside to them is that you cannot use an HID bulb with the headlights. I don't know why. It just says on the headlight, HDI not allowed. So, it's whatever, I guess. But, alright, till next time.